Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Now today we've got two loft visits lined up. Two of the best fanciers in Wales at the moment. Marshall Janes and of course Roy Davies. Let's get into today's video. Okay, good morning boys and girls, viewers. Today we're at the loft of course Roy Davies and Daughter. One of the champion lofts in Wales, as I said in the introduction. As you can see, it's a lovely setup here. Roy lives on the Sandfields estate, for those of you that are familiar with the Port Talbot area. And without a doubt, he is a legend of the Welsh sport. A fanatical fancier, even at his age, and yeah, a fantastic fed topper. Roy, how many times did you say you topped the fed?
69 first fed since 2015.
No, I doubt, if there is, put in the comments below. If anybody can beat that, I doubt there's anybody in the UK that can get close to that. That's incredible. So Roy, tell us a bit, how did you get started with the sport? When did you start?
My father was a pigeon fancier before me.
Right.
I kept him here on my own in the late 50s.
Right.
1959, 1960, something like that.
And are you as keen now as you were then, Roy?
Yes, perhaps.
Absolutely. We just had a look around the loft, and the lofts are immaculate. Roy does everything on his own. This is not a small team setup, but yeah, Roy does everything on his own, and he is without a doubt an ace fancier. So Roy, I know obviously because I do the national reports. You won your first national back in the 70s.
1974 from Lerwick.
Was that
2,000 odd pigeons in them days.
Gosh.
From Lerwick.
Was that a daybird, Roy?
Yes, on the day they flew them up. That was the first year they ever flew them up in the aeroplane.
Right.
And let go in the morning. I was saving in the air about 8:30 in the night.
Fantastic. And well, Roy, you pretty much race from the first to the last race now. Do you still, is it like a discipline of racing you enjoy more, the sprints or the long distance?
Yes, I've gone now into enjoying. I enjoy every race from April till the end. Every race, young and old.
Everyone, yeah, fantastic. Well, hopefully, Roy, in 2022 we'll get back to some channel racing, because I know, speaking to you with the reports, of course, that you've done very well inland and of course over the water. Yeah, so Roy, will you perhaps show us around your setup here? How do you race the old birds, Roy? You on the Widowhead?
Yes, both these two sheds are Widowhead sheds. But the older Widowhead cocks in here. For the distance racing, because I pair these up later.
Right, okay.
I pair these up sometime in March. And the yearling widow cocks are in there.
Okay.
For the first few races.
That makes sense. So the yearlings are paid sort of January time, Roy, is it, or?
February.
February.
This week of February.
And did you tell me before, are you into the moon? Do you pay account to the moon? Yeah.
I
Is that right?
most of my stock birds up on a full moon.
Right.
In December, whenever the full moon is in December, I guess I'm going on that, and I've had quite a lot of luck.
Well, Roy, 69 first feds in 6 years. That's, I don't think it's luck, to be fair to you. So this is inside Roy's racing setup, racing loft, as you can see. Birds are trapped, of course, on the using the trap here. And Roy, I know you said, well, obviously this is a big pigeon area for viewers that are not familiar with Sandfields. Was it 14, 15 lofts you said, Roy, within half a mile?
There's 22 members in my club, but there's about 15 on this estate, and there's only about half a mile overfly between us all. So they've got a trap.
That's certainly what you call a hotbed. Yeah.
You've got to come again, card.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, so southeast, if you can just see over the hill there, is that way down towards the M4. down towards Bridgend, Cardiff and Newport. And yeah, as Roy said, his team trap like absolute rockets. So this is the old birds, Roy, just the cocks you said. Ever thought of dabbling with some hens, or
Sorry?
have you ever thought of racing hens, or are you happy with the cocks?
I have tried the hens, but it takes too much time involved. I'm happy just flying the cocks.
Absolutely.
Getting the results.
Absolutely. They certainly do now, Roy. What sort of numbers, Roy? How many cocks do you generally keep?
About 30.
30 cocks, yeah. And as you can see, even this time of year, if viewers can pick it up, they're in brilliant condition, just coming through the moat, and yeah, they're looking really well. What about your bloodlines, Roy? I know the last video I put up about the jet, people asked what was his breeding. It's just winners for you, Roy, I suppose, is it?
Yes, it's winner to winner for
Yeah.
years and years.
And is it pretty much your own family that you've got here in the main? Are they your own birds?
More
Yeah.
or less. I have a good friend in Cardiff, Chris Dixon, who's breeding pigeons every year for me. And I must have about 18 to 20 first feds with the pigeons he bred. Bring
Fantastic.
them down as young as we raised them here. And I never worried about pedigrees or strains or whatever.
Absolutely, Roy. There's a lot to be said about that. Absolutely.
Chris Dixon.
Yeah, lovely bloke.
Yeah, he is good.
So that's Roy's widowed loft, as you can see, probably maybe 24 foot long, perhaps. And yeah, fanciers, perhaps you wouldn't say well, it is. It's a lovely looking loft, to be fair, but nothing too posh, but spotlessly clean, and the birds are in fantastic condition. And as Roy was saying off camera a minute ago, Roy certainly knows how to bring the birds into condition, and yeah, certainly a master of that. So looking round, Roy, this is where you raise your young birds from?
This loft here is the young birds. These 3 compartments
Right.
for the young birds.
And have you still got, are these still young birds at the moment, Roy, in here?
There's a couple of old birds in there from the stock loft, old cocks. Not many, but 8 old cocks. But all of them are young ones.
Oh, right, okay. So again, numbers-wise, Roy, what are you looking, 60, 70 young birds generally, or
Young ones.
how many do you keep, will you breed for yourself?
I started racing with 90.
Did you be down? Right, okay.
Young ones, going into the first race, I 90 young ones.
And I think, again, you were saying off camera, you didn't lose many in the
I
racing?
don't lose many racing, I lose them 3 then.
Yeah,
Starting off, but racing is good, this southeast route.
it certainly is, Roy. And yeah, me and Roy were speaking off camera that hopefully with channel racing in 2022, well, hopefully if it does come about, then we can stick to that. So looking ahead, looking at the birds, Roy, do you race them on the darkness?
Yes, I do. I fly the darkness.
Right. And do you keep the young birds together, or do you separate cocks and hens, or
I got them paired up together from the word go.
always on the word go? Right. And Roy did say, well, as you viewers can see looking round, Roy is in close proximity to the houses, so perhaps loft flying isn't ideal. So they do get some training, Roy, you said, during the week, a couple of training classes. Yeah. Just have a little look
At least
inside.
twice a week, sometimes more.
Now, these are, as you can see, these are Roy's young birds, and even though they are, of course, darkness young birds, going through the moat, you can still see the condition on them is brilliant. And I was down here, as I said earlier, picked the jet up a few months ago, and one thing I couldn't get over was the condition of the birds. And Roy, I know you're one thing I picked up when I was down here is you're a big grit feeder. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, love different types of grit.
Several different grit pots, grit blocks, multi-mineral mix from Bayers. Yes, big on grits. 24/7.
Absolutely.
It's different from all day, all the time.
And that's certainly something I picked up when I was down here last. And one thing Roy said, he gets as much into them as possible, and it's certainly paying off because his performances are, to be fair, second to none in Wales. What about the stock birds, Roy? These are on, keep your stock birds.
These two are stock birds.
Do you normally pair up sort of December time, Roy, is there?
Most of these be paired up probably the first or second week in December.
Brilliant. And do you keep all the birds for yourself, Roy, or do you gift many to other fanciers to try out for you, or?
I have given sold some and give some away and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just recently.
And it's just winners. That's all you're interested in, Roy. No, you're not interested in a Vanden Bulk or a Herman's Custet. Just winners. And do you know it takes? Well, as you can see, it takes a lifetime to get a collection of pigeons like this together. you know, Roy stuck to his guns, as he said. Only his winning birds, only the winners stay, and if you've got patience like Roy has to do that over many years, then maybe one day you'll end up with a sort of record he has. So Roy, I know you've won the National again 2021.
Yes.
Would you like to tell us a bit about that day? Was it two you had together?
Two together.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, I two together again to take second and third national from the same race point but different birds.
Different birds, right, right. Cocks, Roy, were they?
Yes.
Yeah.
The bird that was second was a Belgian cock in the first national who was a spring champion of Wales in 2019.
I remember. Yeah.
He's a cracker, yeah.
And is he in the team again for next year?
Yes,
Yes.
he's in the photo.
Right, okay. So, viewers, I hope you'll have picked up something. I certainly did when I came here. Oh, Roy, you're going to show us? Oh, hang on, there's one. Oh, right, what's it coming out? This is
It's one of my favourites, but I love him. That's him, that cock.
this is him. Oh, he's a cracker, Roy.
That's Riley.
Wow. So that's the cock, sprint champion of Wales 2019,
Yes.
and second or third this year.
Oh, he's one of my best races this year.
He's a cracker. So, how old is he, Roy? Is it 4?
I think he's 2018, isn't he?
2018 bird, right. So 4 coming up. In terms of feeding, Roy, anything special you give them? What sort of mixes do you
They're
use?
all good corns these days, aren't they?
Um,
I'm more or less feeding, at the moment, country white corn,
Right. Is that through
Super Junior,
the season as well,
all the
racing?
year, some winter and summer.
The countrywide mixes.
Yes.
Do you break down at all, Roy?
No, I don't.
No, just all good corn.
10 years ago.
So good corn right through the season. Same mixes from the first to the last race, Roy, or do you add a bit of
I
extra?
had corn. I had peanuts, and seed, and hearts.
Right, I got it. Yeah, and all the fatty mixes, and yeah, Roy did show me his fatty mixes earlier, and I know he's a believer in oils as well, and no secrets. Yeah, just good, honest pigeons, and well, as you can see, looking at the lofts and the way they kept, good, honest management. So, Roy, really appreciate you letting us come down to see the birds today, and maybe we'll be down in 2022 to see another national winner.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, all the best, Roy. Bye bye.